and my jeans are torn. Sweat coming through my shirt. Keep pushing even though it hurts. I'm chasing what I know is true. There's nothing that I would not do. When everyone around me drops, I'm never gonna ever stop. I won't waste another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission. Take it up now, take it up. I ain't waiting and wishing. Take it up now, take it up. Oh, I got that ambition. Take it up now, take it up. I'm a man on a mission. When you look into my eyes, you know you're gonna see that fire. If you're standing in my way, it ain't gonna be your day. Oh, bleeding till I own this dream. Build it like you never seen. Even at the mountaintop, I'm never gonna ever stop. I won't wait another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission. Take it up now, take it up. I ain't waiting and wishing. Take it up now, take it up. Oh, I got that ambition. Take it up now, take it up. I'm a man on a mission. Won't wait another minute, no, I won't. I won't wait another minute, no, I won't. I won't wait another minute, no, I won't, yeah. I won't wait another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man.
All right. So welcome to episode 3 of Let's Talk Television Season 2. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Succession is HBO's next hit series, and if you're not watching it, why you should be, sooner than later. So then I'll talk a little bit about Suits Season 8. We got some sneak peek, some early information about the Season 8 premiere, so we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk also about The Walking Dead releasing some new art for the upcoming seasons for Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead Season 9, and then of course I'll share my weekly notables, and then end it off with a Q&A segment. Alright, so we are here with episode 3 of Let's Talk Television Season 2. I'm just going to check out the stream here and make sure everything is all working well. I think the audio is all good here as well. So, so I'm back with another episode of Let's Talk Television here on a Saturday. I'm pretty impressed with myself. Hopefully for this season, I'm still trying, getting myself to no matter how busy I am, to be able to come and do these every Saturday like I want to. So that's always the goal. So anyways, just gonna wait a few seconds here, just check on everything, make sure everything's okay. I'm also so I have a couple news pieces before I actually get into talking about Succession and some of that other stuff I mentioned at the very beginning of the episode here. Okay, so this looks good. I recently did a test live stream, so I'm just making sure that everything is working well again, because I had some issues earlier this week when I was trying to record and stuff like that. So that's why I'm just taking a minute here to just see everything, survey what's going on, and then we'll get to a couple news pieces that I have, something regarding tomorrow, and then something regarding like the next week or so, and then we'll get to, of course, talking about all those things that I mentioned. So yep. So it looks good. Everything is running well. Thank you for those of you who are tuning into the live episode. I really do appreciate it. And those, of course, that are tuning in after the episode, I do appreciate you as well, for sure. So, and I do recognize that the majority of viewers that I receive on these episodes are after, and I totally understand that. It's pretty difficult to tune into a live stream at a certain date and time, right? It's hard. A lot of people, especially on the weekends, right? People are out doing whatever. So I really do appreciate those of you who are tuning in, and if you haven't tuned in live yet, please try to Saturday afternoon, evening time, keep tuned on the channel, and yeah. So anyways, so we'll get into it now. So we'll start up here into the episode. So why Succession is HBO's next hit series? That's going to be my main topic this week. But first, I want to mention a couple things. So the first thing is I'm doing something special tomorrow. So there should be a video if everything goes well. I'm working on it tonight as well, but mainly tomorrow. If everything goes well, I should have the video up tomorrow. I'm guessing tomorrow evening around there. And it's going to be my kind of like an award show. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited for it. I know that, not everyone is going to watch this episode anyways, so, I just wanted to share, if you're watching this and you're tuning in, whatever, so you know what to expect. So it's going to be some type of kind of award show, thing, and I'm going to be giving out, awards, or my personal awards, to some of these TV shows that I've watched in 2018. It's going to be called the Mid-Season Awards, right, because, we're halfway through the year of 2018 exactly, right, with July just starting. So I thought I'd do it. It's going to be pretty cool. I got some great ideas for it. So like I said, I'm working on it tonight, and hopefully it should be out, tonight and tomorrow, and then hopefully it should be out tomorrow evening. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think you guys are going to like it. I'm really looking forward to it. So stay tuned on the channel for that. I'm going to be probably, yeah, so I'll probably upload it, and then, I'll put it on my Twitter and stuff like that as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, so, stay tuned for that. And then also, I have decided that for these, Let's Talk Television episodes, what I'm going to be doing, in the future here is I'm going to also be recording, these live episodes, and then what I'm going to be doing is, uploading, separate segments, so about a 3, 4, maybe 5-minute maximum video of a segment of something I talk about in these episodes. So, for example, if someone comes to the channel, they're interested in this Succession, HBO's next hit series, something like that, something I talk about in the episode, but they don't want to watch the whole episode, right? They just want to know what I'm talking about in that thing. Well, this will give them a chance, right? So I'm going to create basically just, 3, 4, 5-minute maximum segments, and just upload them to the channel. My only worry about this is that the channel might look a little bit spammy, right? Or, might get a little bit of spam, because it depends on how many segments of these I upload. Now, I'm planning to only limit it to about 1, 2, maybe 3 segments per Let's Talk Television episode, just so the channel doesn't get too overwhelmingly looking like spam, right, with all these videos. So that's my goal, and if you're definitely interested, you want to look back, and you don't really want to watch that 40-minute Let's Talk Television episode, but you're really interested in this one thing that I mentioned at the very beginning, then after these live episodes are finished, then hopefully like about an hour or two after, I'll be able to upload these separate segments, which will also, again, give that opportunity to those of you who may not be interested in everything I'm talking about in the 40 minutes, but maybe you're just in that specific area, and then you want to tune into that. So, and they're directly from the Let's Talk Television episode. Like, it's not a brand new video I'm making or anything like that. It's directly from the episode. So, and I also think this will just give me a little bit more awareness for the actual Let's Talk Television episodes. Maybe someone sees a segment and then they want to tune into the Let's Talk Television episode, right? So this is just something I'm working on going forward. So I am going to be recording this one as well. So I should be good with that as well for that aspect there. Okay. So we should be good with the stream. Now let me know, please, if you know, things you know, start going wrong or something like that, because I haven't tried actually doing both at the same time. So please let me know what happens. And of course, I think you can also download the YouTube file when you live stream and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just didn't want to go through all the hassle, so I'm going to be recording and streaming at the same time. I'm just going to take a look at the stream here, and I think, yeah, I think everything's going to be good. But please, if you're just watching now, just let me know if something, you know, drastic happens. But I should be okay with doing it. It should be fine. So, anyways, after all of that stuff, I'm going to be finally getting into the discussion here. I'm sorry for that, but I really just wanted to get that out. Greg, thanks for joining, man. What is good? You know, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. And yeah, so we got a few people in the episode here tuning in, so I appreciate it, guys. All right, so why Succession is HBO's next hit series? So I'm gonna be honest. I saw Succession episode 1. I did a review, the series premiere, on the channel, so you can go and watch that if you're interested in more of kind of my, you know, detailed thoughts. And I do a little bit of a recap of the first episode in that review as well. So tune into that if you're definitely interested, for sure. But, you know, at first in that premiere review, you can even see, I was like, well, it's a decent show. You know, I expected more from Adam McKay and Will Ferrell, and I still do, honestly. Like, you know, it's a really good show, but, you know, Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, like, you're expecting, you know, Emmy, you know what I mean? Like, well, maybe not quite, because, you know, they're comedian guys, but, you know, and, you know, they almost, you know, they don't really win Emmys, you know, or at least the kind of, like, prestigious type of Emmys, you know, for the dramas. But anyways, so that was kind of my initial thoughts. After seeing that series premiere, I was like, well, it's a decent show, it's okay. And then I told myself, I'm like, well, I'm going to give him a chance, because guys like Will Ferrell, Adam McKay, Jeremy Strong, Brian Cox, you know, the people, you know, involved, and Jesse Armstrong, the creator, and these people involved, I'm going to give them a chance, right? Like, they deserve more than just me checking out the premiere, right? So I said to myself, okay, well, I'm going to keep watching the show and see if it gets better. And I think I said that in the review. I said, I don't doubt that the show is going to get better as the episodes go on. And it's so true. After episode 1, I still think episode 1 was probably the worst episode, in my opinion, so far of the series, and I don't understand why. I just really don't understand why. And again, that's my opinion. Maybe, you know, other people may have liked it the best, right? Who knows? But in my opinion, I think it was the worst episode so far. I think each week, I still think episode 3 of Succession season 1 was the best. Lifeboats, just a hilarious, so well done episode. But yeah, so I think each episode basically gets better each week, and I still don't understand why that premiere wasn't as strong as some of these other episodes. But, you know, maybe they tried and it just didn't turn out that way. I don't know. But as the series goes on, I'm just, you know, my point is that it's gotten a lot better, and definitely deserves a lot more attention and popularity. So, first off, my first point here is a masterful job at combining comedy and drama together at once. Like, you know, it's just amazing. I mean, you'll have scenes in the show, and by the way, like, if you haven't watched the show, please at least give the series premiere a chance. I know I just, you know, talked bad about it, but check the series premiere out, and then check episode 2 out. That's all I ask. You know, if you haven't seen the show, you know, it's a family dynamic comedy drama type of thing. I don't think it's categorized as a comedy, but, you know, just hilarious scenes throughout the show, and yeah, so really check it out if you haven't seen it, but obviously I'm speaking at a point of someone who has seen it and who does watch it right now, right? And I'm not giving any spoilers here, right? No spoilers. So yeah, masterful job combining comedy and drama. I mean, like, the drama that's going on, you know, pretty significant issues within this family, right? So it's a family drama, it's kind of, and so there's a lot of issues going on in this family, and, like, some serious issues, but they still make the series hilarious at times. You know, Nicholas Braun and Matthew McFadden, their kind of storyline, you know, butting heads, kind of working together at times, right, is just hilarious. Like, I just really like both of them. Jeremy Strong is so funny. Kieran Culkin, like, the whole cast is really funny. Brian Cox, he's funny, but he really is not trying to be. Like, he's, you know, kind of the straight, serious character in the show, and yet he's funny sometimes. So the cast, the writing, just a really good job of bringing these serious issues. Like, some of these issues are, you know, pretty serious. For a lot of families, it'd be kind of an emotional time, but for this family, of course, they're fighting for power. You know, they're trying to outwit each other and trying to basically get to the top, right? That's kind of the goal of this, you know, the family members. And in that, you know, in that kind of journey to the top is just hilarious moments and scenes between the characters, and then just also, like, just, you know, the way things happen and the way the writing goes, you know, where characters go and where the story takes it is just hilarious. So that is probably the main positive of the show, is the way that they are able to intertwine two of these things, where a drama and a comedy, you know, kind of two different things, right? But they're able to intertwine them so seamlessly that, you know, you find yourself laughing in one scene, and then the other, you're like, you know, kind of recognizing, like, wow, this is serious, right? So, you know, really good job at that. A great modern take on a family dynamic. I emphasize modern because usually you see, I mean, trust. Like, this was kind of what that premise was about too, the family dynamic, you know, fighting for power. That was a big theme in Trust, season 1. And of course, but that was a little bit outdated, right? Because, you know, it was kind of an outdated show. But this one, I mean, the family owns a tech company. Like, that, you know, that's just about as modern as it can get. You know, they own Waystar or whatever, right, in the show. And it's just a great modern take. I mean, the technology that's being used, you know, the just type of language, you know, being used, and everything. Just a really great modern take, and I don't feel like there's a lot of modern takes out there with this kind of storyline. Like I said, there's Trust. You know, I'm sure I could think of, you know, quite a few more. I think, wasn't there another? Well, I guess Yellowstone. That's kind of a family dynamic show as well. And again, it's sort of modern, but again, it's kind of it's a Western, so, you know, it's kind of outdated as well. But this is a really modern take. I mean, it's, you know, they're fighting for, you know, tech companies. They're deciding what technology to buy, what programming to invest in, and stuff like this. And it's really, really, you know, really crazy, the type of stuff, you know, that they're trying to get here. So yeah, really great modern take on the family dynamic. And it's, I already kind of mentioned this, but great performances by the entire cast. You know, just amazing. Kieran Culkin, which he is featured in my awards tomorrow, along with some other stuff from the show, just because I've fell in love with it the last few weeks. But anyway, so stay tuned for that tomorrow. But yeah, so Kieran Culkin, an amazing job. I mean, he does a great job. He's hilarious. Jeremy Strong, which I still don't understand. Like, when you look on the show, he's actually towards the bottom of the build cast, and also in the intro, the main theme, the intro theme, he's also like near the very bottom of the list as well. But I think he's the main character of the show, or at least, you know, sort of our main protagonist. So, you know, it's crazy, and he's doing an amazing job. I loved him in The Big Short, although his role was somewhat limited. But, you know, he's doing an amazing job in this one. Really great. Brian Cox, again, like I said, you know, he's still hilarious despite being, you know, the serious, you know, kind of straight character in the show. And, you know, and Matthew McFadden, oh my gosh, and Nicholas Braun, like I said, honestly, like, I just find myself laughing, you know, uncontrollably at these two whenever they are on the screen, pretty much. Like, they're so funny. Nicholas Braun's character is, like, written perfectly. Like, he is just the perfect guy to play him. Just the way he looks and the way he, you know, his mannerisms and stuff, like, it's just so funny. And Matthew McFadden doing an amazing job. Like, his character is completely ridiculous, but somehow, you know, he's able to kind of rope it in. And in this last episode, I'm gonna mention him later in the Let's Talk Television episode in this one. But in this week's episode of the show, he actually had some serious moments, and he did really great in them. So just a really great job. And then Sarah Snook, she does a really great job as well. She's kind of well, I don't know. I mean, I think is it Haim Abbas or Haim Abbas plays Marcia, and she's a pretty big force in the show. But I'd say Sarah Snook is probably the main woman in the show, I would say, and she does a great job as well. I mean, her character is hilarious, and her and Matthew Macfadyen, being a couple in the show, it's just great. Like, they really bounce off each other. They got some great chemistry on screen, so it's really funny. And then next is a very relatable show. Now, I know some people are going to be like, no, it's not relatable. Like, these guys are, I think they might even be billionaires, but anyways, so the family, at least, are millionaires. How can we relate to that? Well, even though some of us aren't rich as the Roy family, I think that almost all of us can relate to their family issues. You know what I mean? Like, just the sibling dynamic alone. And then you get, the father-son dynamic with Jeremy Strong and Brian Cox. You get, and then you get father-son with Kieran Culkin. I mean, and then you get, just the relationship stuff with Sarah Snook, Matthew Macfadyen's character. And then you get, Nicholas Broad just being kind of the odd man out in the family, but he's trying to belong and still trying to, reserve a spot within the inner circle of the family and all this stuff. And also, I mean, Brian Cox's character, Logan Roy, kind of the patriarch of the family, suffers, a very significant event in the first episode, at the end of the first episode. And I think that's something that people can relate to as well. I mean, people, a lot of families have experienced stuff like that, some serious, and I'm not going to spoil it, but some serious things like that, some serious events that have happened to their family members. So, really, I think we can relate to that. Of course, most of us can't relate to, the way they spend money. And I think the one episode, one of them said that they have 10 maids or something working around the hour at their house. Obviously, most of us can't relate to that, but we can relate to the family issues and, the dynamic within the family. Even though, I mean, of course, in the show, it's pretty exaggerated, pretty dramatic, but I mean, still kind of at the foundation of these issues, I think a lot of us can relate. So that's really great there. And no character is completely ridiculous. Now, this is something that I said in the series premiere review. I said, some of these characters are just completely ridiculous, and you really just don't understand where they're coming from, and in that way, you don't really respect the character, right? Like, you're not like, oh, well, why is he even there, right? Because he's just an asshole, or something like that. But honestly, like, as the episodes have gone on now, you understand every single character's motivations, even though sometimes they seem like total assholes. I mean, Kieran Culkin's character in episode 1, he was a complete asshole throughout the whole episode. But now as the episodes go on, you understand his motivations and where he's coming from. And now it doesn't make his character just completely ridiculous. It makes his character, he's still hilarious. But at least you kind of feel for him, right? You feel a little bit of empathy towards him when he doesn't get what he wants and stuff like that. And you also understand why he's kind of thrust into being the person he is, because he's kind of been shorthanded with the family, as of pretty much everyone in the family has been shorthanded at one point in time by the father, I would say. But yeah, so you really understand his motivations, and not just with Kieran Culkin's character. I mean, Nicholas Braun too. His character, very good example of this. I mean, his character is pretty ridiculous. Like, he's kind of all over the place, doesn't really know what's going on at any point in time. But you totally understand it, right? Like, so that was a really, really good thing that they've developed over the past episodes, that really kind of help the characters building, throughout the series. And I think the characters are the most important thing in this show, and I think the cast does a really great job, like I said. And so me personally, I love the way the show is filmed. I mean, some people might not, so this is kind of, it could go either way for you if you watch the episode. Kind of like the handheld, single shot way that they film it, and then, like a character's talking to a character, and then, they'll zoom in on one of the characters' faces for a reaction, right? And, like, you can actually see them zooming in with the camera. So stuff like that, I really appreciate that with this type of show. Now, if you did it with, a Walking Dead or a Breaking Bad or something, obviously, I don't think people would appreciate that. But with this type of show, with the comedy, and it just really adds to it. I think it just adds, like, another humorous aspect to the show with the way they film it, and I really like it. Like I said, some people might not. I saw some people saying after the premiere that they were like almost nauseous because of all the zooming in and the shaking and everything. So, but that's just the way they've decided to do it, and I really like it. So that's just me. And the next thing is, show doesn't hold back at all at the comedy. I mean, it gets crude, it gets ugly at some points, and we've even had some points where it's like, like it's crazy. Like I sorry, I'm just checking on the stream here. Everything looks good. But like it gets ugly. Like we've had Kieran Culkin. I don't want to spoil here, but I'm pretty sure this is actually in the trailer. I'm not lying here, but I'm pretty sure this is actually in the trailer for Succession. If you go on HBO and you watch it, so I'm not spoiling too much. But we get a little fight with Kieran Culkin and Sarah Snook, and they actually hit each other. Like it gets pretty ugly at times, but it's so funny. Like and it's just to get a laugh, right? Is what the purpose of it is. It's not for really anything else. Like it's not to display that type of behavior and say it's okay or anything like that. And some of the jokes they make, like really, really dirty, right? Like, but it's HBO, right? So you expect that. You're not surprised when they say the F word or, stuff like that, right? But just really doesn't hold back at all. And that's something, again, I accused them of in the series premiere. I said, it seems like they're holding back a little bit. If they kind of let it happen, let it out and keep going with the jokes. I feel like they made a joke and then they kind of just stopped and moved on when they could have went a little bit farther and made it even more funny. And that's what they've been doing the last few episodes, and it's really, really funny. So that's positive in my eyes. Again, maybe you could argue that you don't like it. Maybe it goes too far at times. With the comedy, but and that's another thing, like the line between, okay, this is serious drama, and then the other line, and then the other side of that is, no, it's just a full out comedy and everything you're supposed to laugh at, right? So there's a fine line between that, and like I said, I feel like the show masterfully captures that line, and they kind of stay on that throughout the whole series, or at least so far. So really great job there. But yeah, I really like it. I really like the kind of humor that they do. And then also, season 2, it's already been renewed. So that's just another, proof of why it's HBO's next hit series. Honestly, I think it's going to be something big for HBO. I think they renewed it like after 2 episodes or something. So they obviously love it. The viewers, a lot of viewers love it. I checked the ratings. I think they were getting a 0.5 live US viewers millions, so not quite a million, I guess, so like 500,000, I guess, which is pretty decent for HBO, I think. I'm not totally familiar with the ratings, of course. It's not up to par with Game of Thrones, right? Like I'm not talking like next hit series on that level. I'm just talking about HBO's like kind of next big thing, you know what I mean? Like it's the next series that's going to be kind of popular and make a lot of money for HBO. And I truly believe it. I think season 2, it's already gotten renewed, so I'm already excited for that. Of course, we still have 5 more episodes in this season. There's 10 episodes in season 1, so we'll have to see. But anyway, so I just thought I'd bring that news as well. I actually had this ready for one of the Let's Talk Television episodes. I think it was 2 weeks ago when this news came out. But that was the week where I had like 5 or 6 things that I wanted to talk about, and I can only talk about 2. So I kind of had to drop that out of the episode. But yeah, so it did get renewed, and I'm really floored about that. It's gonna be awesome. So anyways, let's just wrap up this Succession discussion. Of course, if you've seen this show and you know what I'm talking about, or maybe you go and watch it, right? You see the first couple episodes, you love it, or you hate it. Like, it is what it is. You check it out, you don't like it. Let me know, let me know in the comments down below what you think of the show. Do you agree with what I'm saying here? Do you think the total opposite? Do you like the way the show is filmed? Do you not like the way the show is filmed? What do you think about the cast, right? What, do you think they're doing well? So, really, really like to, welcome you guys. Comment, add to the discussion, and hopefully, we can have some great talk about Succession. I'm really happy to. So, all in all, Succession is a fun, relatable series that showcases great performances and masterful writing throughout. So that's kind of my final statement here to leave you guys with after kind of making my argument as to why Succession is HBO's next hit series. Again, really like to have a discussion with you. If you don't agree, if you do agree, or anything in between, right? So really like to do that. So yeah, really fun series. Please check it out. I mean, if you got, I think they're an hour episode, so you got an hour of free time. just check out the premiere and then maybe check out episode 2 as well if you feel the same way as me. You're like, oh, that premiere was decent, it's okay. I really advise you to check out episode 2, and maybe even if you have time, episode 3, because episode 3, I think, is the best one of the series so far, and I think, you're really going to like it, so. Alright, so let's get to the next segment here. So something I like and something I don't like from this week in television. So we're going good here. Okay, so yep, Greg, thanks for stopping by, man. Thank you for those of you who are tuning in. Like I said before, I really do appreciate it. Okay, we're looking good for this here. Okay, yep, we're all good. All right. So, something I like from this week in television, Suits preview. Here are 5 things to know about the Season 8 shakeup. This one is from TV Line article on here. I've been browsing TV Line a lot lately. I don't know. I like it. I mean, I find a lot of the articles very interesting, and yeah, so I don't know. I just thought I'd let you guys know. I don't know, just because I've had a lot of TV Line articles recently on Let's Talk Television, so maybe that's why. But yeah, I'm on there quite a bit. But anyway, so to be honest, this week wasn't a big news week for me, at least for the shows that I watch. There was some news about Sacha Baron, I think is his name. I think I got that wrong. Or Sacha Baron, something like that. But anyways, he has a new show with Showtime, so that was kind of big news. And then there was stuff with 12 Monkeys, the television series. So I don't really know, I'm not aware of both of those things, so I can't really talk about them. So it wasn't a big news week, other than like those two were kind of the biggest pieces of news this week. And like I said, I wasn't really involved with either of them. So this is slower news week. These two, kind of news pieces are more kind of interest pieces more than news pieces. So again, if you don't really watch Suits or you don't watch The Walking Dead, you're maybe not going to get out of this as much as you would some of the other segments of Let's Talk Television in previous episodes. So I just want to warn you guys. But yeah, it was a slow news week, honestly. And you have these sometimes. And like I said earlier, I had the one week where I had like 5 or 6 news pieces that were all really interesting. I had to choose 2. Like, you have those huge weeks, and then you have weeks where there's not much like this week. So it is what it is. You kind of have to just roll with it, and that's the way these episodes turn out, right? So anyways, so this one's from TV Line. Are 5 things to know about the Season 8 shakeup for Suits. So the Suits Season 7 second half was really good. I really, really did like it, and very interesting to learn some stuff about Season 8, all right? So, of course, these articles will be posted once the episode is on the channel, is published. I was going to say live, but that gets mixed up. But anyways, once the episode is published and public on the channel, you will be able to, click on the articles in the description, and you can click on them, read along with me maybe. And also, I don't include everything that's in these articles, so if you want to go on, read the rest of the article for yourself, please, be my guest and check those out. So, anyways, number 1. So we got 5 things. So number 1, the premiere, which picks up on the evening of Mike and Rachel's wedding, features several references to the departed couple, especially as Robert Zane adjusts to having lost his daughter to the other coast. It's not clear who will be his new protege, but there's a case to be made that it will/should be Alex, and they're referring to Harvey in this case, and Alex is played by Dual Hill. So this is number 1. This is actually like a pretty big thing here. So I'm not going to spend too much time discussing everything about Suits, just because I have way too much to say, honestly. I really love the show and I'm excited for Season 8. And also I don't think this is too spoilery, because I mean, if you haven't seen Suits Season 7, it came out a while ago. And also, pretty much everyone knew, even if you were a Suits fan or not, that Meghan Markle was leaving Suits, and in turn, Patrick J. Adams was also leaving. So this isn't like a huge spoiler. This was kind of common knowledge around, the TV kind of world, right? So anyways, so this is very interesting. I mean, obviously we knew that this is going to be a large focus, having Mike and Rachel gone. I have heard, though, I also read an article the other day that Mike is already in Season 8, the first half of Season 8. He already makes an appearance. So I'm not sure if that, I don't think that was like confirmed. That was just someone coming out and saying that he was in it. So I'm not sure if that's exactly true, but that's what I've heard. And I wouldn't doubt it. Like, honestly, they bring back Jessica Gina Torres pretty frequently, and she left, right? She left for good, and then she's back, you know, multiple times in season 7. So I don't have any doubt that Mike will return already in season 8, but obviously Rachel won't. Meghan Markle is gone off with Prince Harry, and she will not be in the show any longer. But Patrick J. Adams, like, he's not going off and marrying anyone and living with them, right? So he still has a chance. But very interesting that picks up on the evening of Mike and Rachel's wedding. Makes sense, though, because it kind of ended there kind of on a cliffhanger a little bit, wondering what's next, right? So that's going to be very interesting. And then also, it says Robert Zane, right, adjusts to losing his daughter on the coast. So that's going to be different for him, not having his daughter in the same city, kind of bouncing ideas off of her and seeing her as much. And then also Harvey with, his new partner, right? Will it be Alex? Should it be Alex? I think it kind of should be. I think that would make sense just in terms of the show. I really don't think Lewis could be that, and I don't think you bring up a new character for that. I think it's got to be Alex. So, and I really like the Alex character. I think he's a really likable guy, and I think Dual Hill does a great job playing Alex. So, anyways, so yeah, some very interesting stuff there. Like I said, I think it should be Alex, but we'll see. We'll see going forward. So, obviously, huge holes to fill here. I mean, Mike and Rachel, two series regulars for the last 7 years of the show, and now they're both gone, right? Or at least they're both not series regulars. So it's going to be different. It's going to be, and a lot of answers like here. There's going to be a lot of answers, a lot of questions that have to be answered for this upcoming season. So, number 2, Katherine Hagel's Samantha Wheeler is technically on the firm's team, but even so finds herself going toe-to-toe with Harvey in the premiere. Samantha's bold behavior and mysterious background also raises some concerns for Donna. So this is going to be interesting. Suits fans have been speculating on this, that is Katherine Hagel's character going to be, kind of, like, how do I say this? Kind of like a date, sort of, or like a relationship with Harvey, or is she going to be a complete antagonist and kind of be like a Harvey's kryptonite, like we've seen in the past? We had Malik, we had Tanner, right? So, there's been a couple, huge kind of antagonist kryptonite type of characters for Harvey in the past. So is Katherine Hagel's character going to be another one of those? And it sounds like no, because she's going to be with the firm, but she does go against Harvey in this premiere. So that'll be very interesting to see. Maybe they got, different clients and they're trying to fight for which client they're going to keep, something like that. I would expect, but, we'll have to see. And that's going to be interesting. Katherine Hagel, Samantha is going to go toe-to-toe with Donna, too. You don't want to mess with Donna. So that's going to be interesting stuff there, too. I'm excited, man. Just hearing all this stuff, I'm very excited for Season 8. It's coming out July 16th? No, July 18th, I believe, on USA. So, then number 3 is the merger with Robert Zane does not come without some caveats and complications. After all, he has more managing partner experience than Harvey and Lewis combined, so you can expect him to make a play for that position. So, some really kind of a surprise to me at the end of Season 7 was when Robert Zane merged with what is it now? Spectre Lit, right? With Harvey and Lewis's firm, and now they're going to be together, right? So it's going to be pretty crazy. Robert Zane obviously is going to be but going for that managing partner job and kind of toying with Harvey and Lewis, maybe, trying to get them to relinquish that. So that'll be very interesting, for sure. Yep, that'll be interesting. And again, another, just really intriguing kind of plot line here that they can explore. So really great there. Number 4. Now that Amanda Schull is a series regular, prepare to not only see more of Katrina, but also more of the character interacting with people other than Lewis, right? Because she's only kind of been Lewis's kind of sidekick, or Lewis's, definitely not love interest, but, yeah, I would say sidekick. I would say that's pretty accurate. So she's been kind of his sidekick throughout the whole series that we've seen her, but now she actually seems she's a series regular now. She's been picked up, kind of promoted, right, in a way, and now she's going to be interacting with other characters. So the friendship between Katrina and Donna is definitely one that deserves to be explored further, and I have no doubt about that. Again, another woman character, kind of, button heads with Donna is going to be very, very intriguing. So very good stuff there. And number 5, finally, is Donna still knows best, as if you ever doubted that. I love that. So TV Line putting a nice spin on this. Of course, 5 is some that everyone would say about Suits. If you watched it, you're a fan. Donna knows best. So anyways, so that is something I like for this week in television. Some great things to hear about, and I'm honestly so excited for season 8. I'm definitely going to be reviewing it. I think week to week. I'm going to try to do it week to week. I just don't know, because this summer it's going to be packed. Like, I have a packed schedule already for all the reviews I'm going to be doing. Like, it's going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be jam-packed. So, hopefully I'll be doing week-to-week reviews for Suits. I hope. Salvation, I'm doing week-to-week right now. So, we'll see. But, anyways, so some really great stuff there from TV Line Suits preview. So, again, something I like from this week in television, The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. AMC reveals new art for zombie dramas, and this one's from Deadline Hollywood. Now, I am going to show the pictures if everything cooperates here. So I'm going to show you guys the pictures and then talk about it, okay? So I have both the pictures on here. Okay, so this is The Walking Dead art, okay, for season 9. This is The Walking Dead, okay? So that is the art for The Walking Dead. I'll just leave it up so you guys can look at it for, a couple seconds here. And then, of course, I'll talk about it a little bit further. So that's The Walking Dead one, okay? And then the Fear the Walking Dead is this. That's what it looks like there. Okay. Yep. And then, of course, it says returns August 12th. So that's obviously a key point there, okay? So that's the Fear the Walking Dead one. This is The Walking Dead art. And here's me. Okay. So, anyways, now we'll talk about them. So, this is from Deadline Hollywood. Of course, these pictures are on the article, so you can go and see them there as well. But anyways, so the carnage continues, and here's a taste of it. AMC has revealed the Season 9 key art for its signature horror drama, The Walking Dead, and the mid-season one for spin-off Fear the Walking Dead. Check both out below before the zombified series attack San Diego for Comic-Con in a couple of weeks, so that'll be interesting as well. The Walking Dead Season 9 trailer will be released at Comic-Con in San Diego, so that should be interesting as well to see that. So, some excitement going there. The Walking Dead poster features Andrew Lincoln, Norman Reedus, Denai Guerrera, Lauren Cohan, and Melissa McBride, with a crumbling Capitol building in the background. The poster for Fear the Walking Dead shows the main cast armed with whatever they can use, along with some shadowy walkers beneath the ominous tagline, "No calm after the storm." Picking up where the June 10th mid-season finale left off, Season 4B kicks off August 12th, okay? And I showed the pictures so you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry that I can't have the picture up as well. But again, you can look at the article and you can look at the pictures for yourself. But hopefully you guys, saw at least a glimpse of it. Maybe you can pause it if you want to go back and pause it. But anyways, something I like. I mean, they're pretty cool, just in the regard of just the way they look visually, pretty cool. I like both of them. I think the Fear the Walking Dead one is a little bit more in depth. The Walking Dead is a little bit less detailed. I really like them. Obviously, the Capitol building in the background has been something of discussion for Walking Dead fans, with seeing that in the art. Does that mean that they're going to be going to Washington, D.C., right? Are they going to be leaving Alexandria? Is Alexandria going to be built in time for Season 9 with this big time jump that they're doing? So, a lot of questions to be answered here, and this just kind of brings more mystery to it, which I like. I mean, not surprising, of course, but I like it. So, some really great stuff there in both of these art pieces. I really like them. Again, I think the Fear the Walking Dead one's a little bit more detailed and a little bit more, because we know what to expect with the Season 4B. We know the direction they're taking, but the Walking Dead Season 9, we don't know much about it, right? So I do feel like that's that's also an aspect to remember within these art pieces as well. But again, check out the article for yourself. There's a lot more stuff that they talk about as well with the art and Comic-Con too, so check it out if you're interested. But as a Walking Dead fan, Fear the Walking Dead, I've only seen season 1. I'm not caught up, and I don't really plan on getting caught up after the recent, rumors and kind of rumblings about it. So anyways, obviously I still respect Fear the Walking Dead because I'm such a big Walking Dead fan. So yeah, obviously, big news, and it's something I like. The trailer, I definitely am going to try to talk about that in Let's Talk Television. I think, 2 weeks it said, so 2 weeks from now I'll hopefully talk about that and have that as a point of discussion. So we'll see. I'm excited for that trailer. It's always pretty good, but it's usually only like the first episode to like episode 3, the trailer for season 9. It says it's for season 9, but it's really only for the first few episodes because that's really all they have filmed and ready to edit for this trailer, right? So it makes sense, but, it's just a little bit of a pain, right, for us viewers that want to see a little bit more. All right, so then let's end off the episode here talking a little bit about some weekly notables. So this is obviously a new segment that I've added, Let's Talk Television Season 2, where I give a notable episode and a notable performance from this week in television. And these are just based on shows and episodes that I have watched this week. And so obviously, a 12 Monkeys episode that came out, and you're saying, oh well, the main cast in that, the main character had an amazing performance, why didn't you pick them? Is because I didn't see 12 Monkeys, right? So it's just based on stuff I've seen, of course. So obviously for you guys, let me know what your weekly notables are. Like that's a great thing there. Let me know what your notable episode was and your notable performance was in this week, and we can kind of compare. That would be really great. So anyways, my notable episode from this week is Power, Season 5, Episode 1, Everyone is Implicated. This one was great. I mean, I don't know. I was excited for Power, but it's kind of faded for me. It used to be one of my favorite shows, actually. I've been watching it ever since Season 2 was live on air, so this is like my 4th year watching it. Honestly, it kind of faded for me. It used to be one of my favorite shows, but I just kind of found it a little bit repetitive with Season 4, although they mixed it up a little bit, made some new changes and added, they added some cast, right, to it as the main characters, but it just really kind of faded for me, but this premiere was really great, and it reminded me of how good Power really is, and so really great premiere here, some great writing, some great acting by everyone involved. Amari Hardwick doing a great job with Power, Joseph Sikora, 50 Cent, he's a pretty good actor, man. He can rap, but he's a pretty good actor as well, and he's doing great in Power. So yeah, so really good episode there from Power Season 5 premiere. It's looking like it's going to be a good season, action-packed as always, so it should be very good. I didn't have a review for it just because I figured, why start doing reviews for a Season 5, right? Like, at this point, I kind of had to have been doing reviews earlier, and I haven't, so I just kind of left it for that one, but if you guys really want reviews, I guess I could do for Power, but I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I'm liking it. So, notable performance from this week, I'm giving it to Matthew McFadden for Succession, Season 1, Episode 5, I Went to Market. Just hilarious. I should really give it to him and Nicholas Braun for this episode, just because it's like literally every moment they're on screen, I'm most likely laughing. Like, they are just such a hilarious duo together. Really, like, I don't know how the actors even keep a straight face. Like, with the way that the writing is, like, for these two characters, how they interact all the time, I don't know how they keep a straight face, honestly. Like, it is just so funny whenever they're on screen together. And Matthew McFadden, an amazing job, because this episode, he actually, like, suffered some things, and, some serious stuff was actually happening to him. And the way that, he was able to convey that was actually very believable. Even though he's kind of a ridiculous, funny character, he was actually able to kind of, kind of bear down and being able to give this serious performance as well. So that's why I'm giving him the notable performance of the week with Succession Season 1 Episode 5. So that will just about do it for this episode of Let's Talk Television Season 2 Episode 3. We'll just check on the live chat And it looks like Greg. Okay, yeah. So just Greg's comment here. So it doesn't look like we have any live questions. Let me just check here. I always go on a little bit of a rant with this YouTube chat stuff, but it really makes me mad. Like, I don't understand why, some of the chat, it's called top chat and live chat. And it always gets mixed up for me. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it always gets mixed up to the point where I can't see the chat and it doesn't refresh and everything. So anyways, so it doesn't look like we have anything else new from the chat. But yeah, no, I still don't understand that. I just, if anyone can help me with that, I'd be thankful, because I don't really get it. But anyways, guys, I just want to go over the two news pieces I talked about at the beginning just quickly once again. Award show tomorrow on the channel. Should be pretty cool. Looking to start a new thing for my channel, so it should be pretty awesome. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be working on it tonight and tomorrow, and it should be out tomorrow evening, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. So anyways, guys, and then also I'm going to be uploading segments from these Let's Talk Television episodes, hopefully starting with this one, if everything goes well again. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Let's Talk Television. Really do appreciate those of you who are tuning in live to the episode, and also the ones who are watching afterwards. Can't thank you guys enough. And on that point, can't thank you guys enough either for the re-support on the channel. Really, really great. I think we're almost at 140 subscribers now. Kind of a benchmark of mine. Of course, 150 is a little bit bigger. But, obviously, we're striving for that. That's kind of the next goal for me, at least, with the channel. The video views has been crazy, just the growth that we've had lately. So, really, really do appreciate it. I say it every episode, and I truly do mean it. So, thank you guys so much for that. And, so again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully, next week will be the collab episode with a buddy of mine. We're talking about The Walking Dead, hopefully, some horror stuff. So, that should be next week, and then hopefully one of these interviews I will have in the next coming weeks. We'll see. So I'm working on things for this season. Gonna be good. So anyways, again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week for Let's Talk Television episode 4. Yeah, episode 4. See you guys later. Thanks.